Welcome to GO1. My name is Jake Villa, Customer Success Manager. This is our login screen, though yours might look a little bit different. If you forget your password, just click on Forgot Your Password, put in your email, and send yourself a reminder. From the sign-in page, we recommend keeping Keep Me Signed In checked. Once signed in, on the top left corner, you'll see either the GO1 logo or your personal logo. Clicking that at any time will bring you to the dashboard. On the dashboard, we can see our continued learning, our next and assigned learning, and courses that are recommended for us. Going to the search bar, if we just type in GO1 and click the GO1 tutorial, we can easily enroll here or assign the course to someone else. Let's go ahead and enroll. Now that we're enrolled, we can easily jump into any of these lessons or return to the dashboard to see that our course is now in our continued learning section. Going to our initials in the top right, we can go to our profile where we can change our picture, or we can go to our account settings where we can change our name, our password, our language, and make sure our email is up to date. Don't forget to save your changes. Going back to the dashboard, if we go to our initials again, going to the integrations button, we can see that there's XAPI, Zapier, Canvas, and a whole lot of other integrations natively built into the system. Going to SCORM, it's easy to generate our SCORM application ID with a simple button click. Other options that are on here are single sign-on. Again, this is a very simple, easy button click to enable and get all the information that you need to get single sign-on working for your company. Returning to our initials, we're now going to check out the settings button. The first thing we want to point out in the settings feature is all the way at the bottom on the left, the setup portal button. This is an easy one-stop shop to get your portal set up and going if you walk through step by step, which we're going to do together today, but just know that it's here and it's a great resource to check out. Returning to our initials, we're going to go back to settings and we're going to start at the top. The first thing that you need to know is that portal name is your company name, so make sure that it matches. The rest of this is really up to you to fill in as you like. The one thing I would point out is that after logout redirect, maybe put your company intranet in there. Make sure to save your changes every time you do that. Moving along to themes, this is where you really get to customize the portal. As you upload pictures in here, just make sure that you're adhering to the sizes that we recommend, otherwise things can look a little bit wonky. The dashboard icon is exactly what shows up in the top left. That logo that I continue to click on that brings us back to the home page, that's here. The next step is the portal color. So if you have colors that match your company, you can change that in the portal color dropdown. If you don't see one that you like in there, try to type it into the search. There's a lot of other color options. The final bit is the completion certificate that a learner gets at the end of a course. Just fill in your name or your learner and developing director's name. Moving on to the next step is configuration. In here, you can customize how your dashboard looks for your users, whether you want your activities on or off, or recent courses on or off. There's other functionality in here. We usually have Allow Register disabled, as well as the GO1 Marketplace. Allow Register would allow random people access to your account, and the Marketplace has a lot of free content that kind of muddles the user experience. Don't forget to save and submit. Moving on to recommendations. From here, you can improve your recommendations that are recommended to your learners. Now, only the top 3 are going to populate on the Explore page, so be really selective with what you choose. You can choose more than 3, but only the top 3 are going to be highlighted. Don't forget to save, and then we'll move back on to portal content selection. So here, you can either have the full library from Premium, or you can dial down. If you want to dial down, you just go into Portal Content Selection tool, and you click these little plus signs next to what you would like. So if we're choosing these, maybe we want hand hygiene, and getting to know GO1, and then we're going to go up to the search bar, and maybe we'll search for a leadership course that we can add to our content as well. Looking at these, this one looks good, so we'll hit plus, we'll go back. Now we can unclick the subscribe button and we can click the custom selection tool, and then only those 6 courses would be available to our learners. Let's go ahead and leave all of our courses subscribed. The next step is notifications. So on notifications, we really want to make sure that that top yes button stays on. Otherwise, users won't get emails from the portal. There's a lot of notifications in here that you can have turned on. Remember, too many emails and people stop paying attention. So be selective. and go through this list to make sure that your users are receiving exactly the notifications that you want them to get. There are a lot of options in here, so take your time and be thoughtful about it. And then the final step is that setup portal, which we've already seen. Remember, that's a great tool. It's a great way to get started. Let's go back to the dashboard and jump into the next section, which will be the My Learning. So every user is going to be able to see this. They'll always be able to see their in progress, their assigned, what's been scheduled to them with a due date, and what they've completed. They can also individually download their learning transcript from this page. The next step is My Team. This is only available to managers and administrators. A manager will be able to see their whole team under this section. So they'll be able to send a password reset, or do some other functionality that we'll show you in a little bit. They can also run reports about the enrollments that their team is taking. Those ones that I'm showing are currently saved reports. You can easily build a report though by going to configure. You can build a histogram, a pie chart, a bar chart. There's a lot of functionality in here to build reports however you like. So if we were to build a report based on results, and we would want to make the max results at least equal to how many people we have on our team, and then if we apply, we'll see a really cool bar chart pop out here. Now I could save this so that all other administrators and managers would be able to view it, but I'm just going to return to the dashboard and move on to our next topic. So now we're going to go back to our initials and we're going to dive into the administrator functions. The administrator functions have a plethora of options in here, whether it's the overview, our users page where you can see all the users in your portal. You can create a user very simply by clicking on the create button, and you want to assign them a role. We have admin, which controls everything. Content administrators control content but not people. Managers control their team, and then the end user is a learner. Now, if we wanted to modify one of our users, we could just go down and click on the caret next to their name. Let's check out Ellen Ripley's account here. We could send her a password reset, or we could edit her account. Maybe Ellen's gotten a promotion recently and we want to promote her to a manager, so we could easily change that functionality here. Or maybe she's been terminated and we need to change her to blocked. We're just going to leave her as is, and we're going to cancel out of this. And we'll move on to importing bulk users. From here, you click on the ellipsis next to create, go down to import, and download the sample CSV file. When we open that in Excel, we can see that there are a number of custom columns already mapped for us to easily drag and drop our employee database into this list. We need an email address, which is a unique user identity, and then we can assign different roles here and assign different managers, and then import this into the system. When you click the import button, it'll come up with mapping options. It's really simple. Just follow along with the prompts. From the enrollments page, we can export all enrollments that our employees have currently had. We can see all the courses in our portal, all the awards, the events or in-person learnings, which we'll cover in a little bit, our learning items and our groups. From the Groups tab, we can easily create a group. So let's create a leadership group for our management. We'll type in the group name, we can add a group description, and we can add a picture. Now, groups are a great way to organize your teams so you can bulk assign and bulk enroll them in courses. We create this. Now we can go and we can add some members to this group. So if we click on the Members tab, and click add, let's add Jean-Luc Picard, Beverly Crusher, and James Kirk. Their names will auto-populate as you start typing. Clicking add, we can now go to overview and we can assign them a course. So maybe we want them to get the GO1 tutorial. So we'll click assign, type in GO1 tutorial, we'll add a due date, and then we'll click assign. Now Jean-Luc, James, and Beverly have all been notified via email that they have a course that's due. Going back to groups, we can easily see all of the groups that we have. If we click into the enterprise group, we can see all the courses that they have assigned. We can manage the courses from here, easily assigning them more groups or adding more members. Let's go back to the administer function and go back to groups on the administer section. There's a little bit more functionality here where we can edit and delete groups or build out some report functionality. Returning to the dashboard, now we've talked about groups, we've talked about my learning, we've talked about my team. Let's dive into my teaching. We're going to go to the My Teaching tab where we can see all of the courses and awards that we've created. If you click on Resources and Create, you're going to see Course, Awards. Those are bundled groups of learning. The ones below those are all individual things. So let's start with an individual item. Let's make a video. And maybe this is a video that you've created internally that you want all of your users to be assigned or have access to. So I've created a video about empathy, and so I'm just going to make a quick empathy course that then I can assign to my employees. We'll drop in a YouTube URL here. Make sure everything's good. We can add or delete an author. And then we're going to go to visibility and access in the top right corner. Now we want to make sure that this is actually added to the portal because right now it's in draft mode. So we're going to click the add button and that puts it in the Adventure Via portal. Then we're going to switch it from Can View to Can Enroll to make sure that our employees can actually join this course. Clicking out of here, we can click Done and Publish, and it'll be available in our portal for all of our learners to see. I'm just going to click into it, double check, make sure everything looks good, and then click back out. Let's create an in-person learning event. So this time we're going to go to Course. Instead of video, I'm going to type in a title, maybe a description. And as you can see, as course access says private only you. So that means it's in draft mode in the moment. Maybe an in-person learning is me or your customer success manager coming to deliver a training on how to use GO1 to grow your employees' careers. From here, we're going to go to Add Learning, and we're going to go to Event. We'll type in a date or a name for the event. We can add a description. And now we'll dial in the date and the time of the event to be really specific. We also want to add a location. In location, we could choose online if it was a webinar, or we could choose a physical location. Now our conference room is already saved, so that's what populates. You can add further location details. Maybe they need to ring the front desk, or maybe here's where you want to put that snacks will be provided. It's really up to you how you want to build it out. In the top right, we're going to hit Done or Publish. And oh, we can't forget, we got to change the visibility to add this to our portal. So click Add, and now it's going to show up in the Adventure Via portal. And we want to make sure that our users can enroll in it. Now we're good to publish. So go ahead and exit out of this, click Done and or Publish up in the top right corner, and we're good to go. So from here, we can assign, we can add users, we can bulk enroll them in a group. So again, let's go to our leadership group and let's assign that in-person learning to our leadership friends. As you can see, it's really easy and intuitive to use our system. Inside of courses, we could also build a quiz to check for understanding. Let's go back to My Teaching, go back to Resources. We could also click on the ellipsis here and enroll individual users, edit the course, or other options from this dropdown. As you can see, it's easy to add an individual user to the course. And that really covers it. That covers all of our admin functions. It's a really high-level overview, but we wish you the most success. If you need more help, reach out to your CSM or help.go1.com. Ready, set, go1.